You already know what it is. All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1, and we're on.
We're on.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? This is the Grainy Bastards podcast. I think that this is going to be episode 3. Not sure. Either episode 3 or up to episode 5. But on the show...
What are the other two in there?
I haven't uploaded them yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now it's just episode 1 and 2.
Interesting. So I'm either 3 or 5.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So today on the podcast, we have one of my best friends from Texas. His name is Alex Martin.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, man? He's a trainer. Anything else? He's a playboy philanthropist.
Is that what Iron Man says?
Nah, bro.
He says genius,
I think that's
billionaire. Iron Man says genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Woo. Oh man, that's some hot coffee. Man, dude. So for the people who don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So, like Chris said, my name's Alex Martin.
Ooh, that deep voice. Ooh.
My name's Alex Martin. I'm a Cooper Institute certified personal trainer. A lot of my styles and methodology are very similar. I follow a lot of guys like Ben Pekulski, Joe Bennett, very biomechanic driven, very technical lifting for the sake of preserving joints, tendons, ligaments, building as much muscle as possible on whatever kind of frame. I also compete in the NPC. I'm a natural competitor. I did the 2015 Independence Day Classic, and I did the 2018 Steve Kuklo Classic. So I have a couple shows under my belt, but I'm definitely a personal trainer by trade, just a bodybuilder for fun.
Getting first place in this last bodybuilding contest.
It was novice, so don't count.
Hey man,
it was novice.
Shit, you look great.
Thanks, man.
You were looking extra thick, man.
Trying to dice up.
Yeah, bro, really diced up.
That was a cool experience, man. It was very the mentality shift of that show versus the first one I ever did was really cool, because the first one I ever did, you hear all these stories of like Arnold won his first show ever. All these guys won their first show. You never hear about people losing their first show ever. So I prepped for my whole first show thinking I'm gonna get first place. Why wouldn't I?
And how long was the prep?
Man, so I started at 200 pounds, and I'm 5'6" on a little fairy boy frame, so that's pretty chunky.
That is, yeah.
So, man, I started cutting in like January. I ended up losing 50 pounds. So I stepped on stage at like $147, I think was my lightest weight.
Wait, how long did it take you to lose that 50 pounds?
About 7 months.
Damn.
But, well, the thing is though, I was just blinded by, I don't know if cockiness or arrogance is the right word, but like, I think I just thought I had more muscle than I did.
Yeah.
So during this whole prep, I was like, all right, I just need to lose like 10 more pounds. And then eventually I was down to whatever I said, $147, I think.
Yeah.
It might have been $150 and some change. But anyways, and dude, I just wasn't lean enough.
Damn.
So like I said, this entire first show prep, I was blinded by, okay, arrogance, cockiness. I'm going to win this thing. I don't know who's going to show up, but this is going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
And so, not that it wasn't hard and I didn't train hard, but I guess I just had no idea what I was going into.
That's mind-boggling to me, because 50 pounds, that's a lot. And then to not be, I guess, stage ready.
Yeah.
That's freaking insane,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. I wasn't, I was definitely lean, but I just wasn't stage ready. I only had a line or two in my legs. I mean, there wasn't much.
You weren't dick skinned.
I wasn't dick skinned or thin skinned.
Those people who have like dick skin forearms and stuff, that's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's
there's some people that are really like
Jason Hugh.
Jason Hugh.
Hugh? Is it really Hugh?
Yeah, it's.
I've been calling him
I don't know. I could be
years.
wrong. You know who I like even more? I like his brother even more.
Yes.
Not that I don't like Jason, but
yeah.
Paul. Dude, Paul's physique is unbelievable.
And I remember watching him before he even started getting into like contest bodybuilding. Like he was always big as hell before.
The craziest thing to see from him, man, is if you look at his front double bicep pose with a vacuum and the size of his biceps compared to just. And you don't normally compare biceps to waist, but like compare biceps to waist on that guy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You know, another person that's like that, he doesn't look anywhere aesthetically pleasing. Rest in peace, Rich Piana.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
That dude's arms were like as big as his waist.
Yeah, and Rich, he had some synthol going on though. I mean, it was definitely
action.
Right. It was definitely a different a different game. But that was one of the biggest things I think I respected about Rich was just how open he was about everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and how ambitious he was.
Yeah,
man.
and not many people are open about it anymore. Let alone, some people even lie about it. You know, some people like just won't talk about it, but some people will straight up lie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, the whole difference between those two show preps that I was getting at was this last one I think was so much more successful because I stayed leaner. I think only ended up losing like 20 pounds and some change.
Yeah.
And I was obviously significantly leaner to start with. But I didn't put that pressure on myself to win.
Got you.
Of course, that was always the goal. But
yeah,
dude, if you win a bodybuilding show or you lose a bodybuilding show, 99% of shows aren't going to change your life. Mm-hmm. So, like, unless you're talking about winning, like, the Tampa Pro or NPC Nationals or the fucking Olympia.
Yeah.
Like,
the ones that...
you should
get a name for.
Yeah, and sure, man, some stress is good. To push yourself is good. And, of course, you know, I'm not trying to brush all that off, but I definitely slept better at night. You know? Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
So you weren't as, like, mentally disturbed thinking...
Right. Right. And it was a fun prep for me, man. It was cool.
And it was cool for me too.
Yeah.
Because me and him, we worked at Pack Fitness, and I was a front desk attendant there, so I would see him pretty much every day that I worked.
Right.
And I got to see your process. Mm-hmm. Obviously, not as good as you would be able to see it, but I was there, watching you work out and all that stuff. And slowly,
well, you made my training fun too. Though.
Yeah, bro.
Was the big thing?
Escalator, the stair stepper.
The stair stepper. Yeah, dude would just come and sit and talk to me. The stair stepper, man.
Oh man, awesome. I love talking to you. That's why I had to have you on this podcast.
It was awesome. Man. Yeah, call this podcast the Stair Stepper, man. The Stair Mill.
That's it.
There you go.
Stair Mill.
Stair
Stepper.
I always just called it stairs, but people will call it like Stair Mill. I don't know, Stairmaster. But one of those things. But
So what's going through your mind in this prep? I know you talked to me about this, but maybe you can tell the people, like the viewers, what it takes mentally to be able to prep for any kind of bodybuilding competition.
The number one thing I think, without a doubt, and the thing that's hard for most people, I think, is patience. Like patience. Because sure, whenever you hit that like 4 weeks out, 6 weeks out, you can kind of almost see day by day changes. But man, at the beginning, it's slow.
Yeah, it's
slow, and you have to. Nobody ever did a successful 8-week prep.
Do people know that though?
Unless they're Dexter Jackson or something. What's that?
A what? A how long prep?
Nobody ever did a successful 8-week prep. 4-week prep. I mean,
that's crazy.
Sure, there's your crazy individuals, but
how do you think they even do that? No, I'm not putting saying that it's from outside sources that they get like that, but it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, getting from whatever to dick skin look in 4 or 8 weeks, that's freaking insane.
I think you just need more time than you think you do. I had planned on doing a 16-week
natural.
Yes.
Natural. Okay.
Well, just in general, I think.
Just in general?
The more time you give yourself, the better. Because worst case scenario, you're ready 2 or 3 weeks early. Congrats. You add some carbs back in, you stay moving, and then you deplete a week out. I mean, it's not that bad to be ready early. I like to diet all the way into the show. But so I had planned to stay lean enough, and I always try to stay lean enough so that I'm at least 16 weeks out. Just because that generally puts you at a pretty like healthy, strong body fat percentage.
They're like 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months.
So, but this last show, I was like, oh, whatever. So I started in like late December. So I gave myself like 5 months and some change. So I gave myself more like 20 weeks, which I'm glad I did. I could have been more aggressive, but you always want to account for like sickness or whatever. Or like I dog sat for like a week, and I was off my game that whole week. So that whole week was like zero progress. So I just gave myself more time than I needed. You know? So
are you gonna do that in the future?
Always.
Are you gonna actually? You don't think that you're ever gonna try to go aggressive, like just for fun?
You always have to go aggressive those last couple weeks. You have to dial it in. I mean, you remember I got prep brain. I couldn't think straight.
Oh man, dude.
I'd repeat. The worst part by far was that
really entertaining.
I would repeat myself all the time. I would have the same conversation with people, and I mean, people like you, like good friends like you, would just roll with it.
Yeah.
We would just have the same conversation again.
I'm gonna be straight with you. I probably didn't even remember having that conversation because my memory is shit. I could have like a full on, very complex conversation with somebody, and then like
yeah,
a couple days later,
yeah,
that same thing.
Yeah, and it's a weird. It's just this weird game, man. I mean, you know, my diet wasn't even that like. I don't want to say it wasn't that extreme, but I think that the tightest it got was those last couple weeks. I think I was rolling with like 14 or 1,500 calories a day, and I think I was doing cardio 8 times a week. But in comparison to my first Pret, those last couple weeks where, mind you, I didn't even get as close to as lean as I got. I was rolling on 1,300 to 1,400 calories a day.
That's less than half of my breakfast, bro. Mm-hmm. That's literally probably a snack for me.
It's plain chicken and that's like crazy. A little bit of rice.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, I had days where like I'd eat a bowl of oatmeal and I'd be like, damn, this is all of my carbs for the day.
You could eat a lot of chicken though, right? Because chicken, yeah, that doesn't have
you kind of just get sick of it though.
You ever had a like just straight tuna?
Actually, I've really never had tuna.
Really?
Yeah. But like
when we say tuna,
about it all the time.
I'm talking about
like
canned tuna.
Yeah,
not your expensive ass, like ahi tuna.
About. Yeah.
You've never?
Never ever.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I remember going through cans of that when I was gaining weight, man.
Yeah. I forgot what we were talking about. So that first prep I was doing whatever I said, 1,200-1,300 calories. No, it was more like 14, I think. Anyways. And I was doing cardio 14 times a week. So doing cardio twice a day every day.
Dude.
Yeah, man. And so you can only imagine how like through the roof my cortisol levels are, how stressed out I am.
Were you weightlifting too?
Top of I think I was lifting 4 days a week.
Wow. How long were those lifting?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, and just standard like.
There was a point, dude, and I don't know why I did this, but that whole prep I was training back twice a week. My back was like nothing. Yeah. I was doing 40 sets of back a session.
40 sets.
40 sets.
What the? Can you even recover?
Well, dude,
so you were doing that
dude, I was just an idiot. I was 17. I mean, I'm still. Don't get me wrong. I'm still an idiot. I'm sure I'll look at this podcast in like a year and be like, you fuck.
Yeah, you fuck. What?
Be like, Chris, can you take that down? Can you remove that? Can you put a disclaimer at the beginning? But yeah, man. So I think I was just really under the mentality, and there's a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of fitness people, and I think you can relate to this. It's just like the harder you go, the better your results will be. Yeah, and that's just not always the case.
I did that for 3 years, and now I'm paying the consequences.
Yeah,
man.
Beat to shit, man. That's what happens.
Beat to absolute shit.
That's what happens. So
I'm thinking about cutting weight though.
Really?
Getting down to like 308, bro.
Why's that?
Because there's no point in me being this big right now. I mean,
especially honestly, being injured.
Yeah, especially being injured. Can't squat.
It's expensive.
A fucking bar. So expensive.
I couldn't imagine the kind of money you spend on food, because I spend stupid money on food and I'm less than half your body weight.
Dude, and it feels so good not eating as much and eating the right things right now, because right now I'm probably eating, it may seem like a lot, but it's under maintenance for me, 4,000 calories a day.
No, that's chump change to you, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's chump change to you.
It's all, good food, because at my calf where I live, they have crappy food, bro. So I just eat, for breakfast, 2 times for lunch, I'll have like a huge bowl of tuna, then a little bit of noodles, some G2 Gatorade, boom.
There you go. Have you you know who Stan Efferding is, right?
Yeah.
The Rhino. Are you familiar with his vertical diet?
Dude.
Okay, hang on. Wait, hear me out first before we go into that.
Are you for it or against it?
Hang on. Let me say this. So, my biggest thing, like, if you could put a tagline on a diet, probably a little shit.
Yeah.
It's probably a little shit.
Yeah.
But, and I haven't tried it. I have one guy I was training for a while who was doing it, and he enjoyed it. But it's always in the back of my mind. Like, if I ever tried a diet that has a tag on it, it would probably be that one.
What do you mean by a tag?
Like, you can name it.
Got you. Like, you name it.
Vegan, pescatarian, keto.
So you think it's that far up?
I think it's...
With the vertical diet, not just like some kind of, fad diet?
I really don't think it's a fad diet.
No?
I mean, a lot of it makes sense, man. I think, and I could be wrong here because I'm not like a super expert on it, but I think the whole premise of it is that all the foods are super easily digestible. And so...
And they are.
Correct. Yeah. And so I think the whole point is your body doesn't have to work so hard to digest all this stuff. Because I think you're supposed to eat white rice and like bison and whatever. What were you going to say about it?
I think the only flaw with it, and I know you can relate to it. Never mind, because you don't eat as much as me. Is the price, man?
Oh, without
like,
a doubt.
No, I'm not talking about like.
That's why. That's why I haven't tried. That's literally why I haven't tried it, because it's expensive. Because
and I'm not talking about paying the $100 up front, because that's how much it costs to get, I guess, the outline of the diet, even though that he posts, pretty much exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. But the bison every day, like 4 times a day. You can't do that.
Yeah. That's exactly why I haven't tried it. Yeah, because I didn't do the math, but I think if I tried to, because typically most of my meals now are brown rice and ground turkey with whatever else I decide to slap in there.
Yeah.
But I think the price difference between bison and ground turkey is like pretty significant.
Yeah.
So, and it adds up over time.
Well, you say ground turkey?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I was thinking about ground beef. But I added up how much I was spending on meat when I was, eating as much as I was eating back then. I was spending $400 a month on red meat, bro. Yeah, just red meat. Such a waste of money.
Yeah, no, that's what it's.
And it wasn't even
crazy, man.
It wasn't even expensive red meat. It was the 80-20.
Yeah, that's like the cheapest beef you can
get. It was literally, I think, $2.50 a pound.
Oh my god.
$2.50 a pound. And
yeah, because I think I pay like $3.50 a pound for the 97. Do I?
Really?
No. Which ground turkey do I use? I don't know if I use 97. I think I use 97.3.
Damn. Bro.
But yeah.
I heard turkey has like a lot of estrogen in it or something like that, and it's not like ideal.
Yeah, diet really isn't my expert of field, so I'd believe it.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, you know what I've heard. You know what I've heard a lot too. That's kind of like drawn me from it a little bit. Is I've heard that. I heard this on Ben Pekulski's Muscle Expert podcast, but it has something to do with, like I said, diet is not my forte. But it has something to do with like a chicken has one stomach, or like a bird has one stomach, whereas a cow or a bison or whatever, I think that 3.
Really?
So those things, So those things get digested a little bit better, and I don't want to start saying things I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the biggest takeaway. But I don't know. I definitely should be a little more conscious, I guess, of my main protein source.
Yeah, I would think that you would be,
because I pretty much pound ground turkey and eggs.
Dude, did you hear about the salmonella outbreak?
No, I don't think so.
You haven't heard?
Where?
Dude,
do I have
everywhere.
salmonella?
Like, maybe. Fuck salmonella, bro. Have you ever had salmonella before?
I don't eat.
Oh, man.
I know you have it because you're fucking always eating raw food.
Did I tell you about the time that I had it at...
No, but I could have guessed you had it.
Oh, bro, listen to this.
What happened?
So, this was when I was... And I still do drink my eggs.
Yeah.
But this is when I was stupid and I was drinking my eggs. So, I was working at Academy.
So, wait. What changed? Why are you not stupid now for drinking your...
Yeah. Listen. You'll see why I'm stupid.
Okay.
So the fridge at Academy where I used to work was not cold. It was not cold, and I didn't know that. So in my big protein shaker, I put about 12 eggs in there, not cracked, just in the shell because I didn't have time to crack them. So I put them in the fridge. I came back like 4 hours to eat them on my lunch break. They were all sweaty at the bottom. All the juice and sweat came to the bottom. Listen, so I was like...
Why did you eat them?
I was like, you know what? I'm still going to eat them. All I have to do is just dump the juice out.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to wash it. And they had soap and a sink to wash, the stuff.
Oh my God.
So I put in my earphones, start listening to music, start cracking the eggs.
Yeah.
The thing, fill it up with eggs. And then I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't dump out, the juice that was sitting on the bottom. The egg sweat.
I don't think that would have made the difference anyways.
I think it would have, bro. Because
you really think so?
So the salmonella is on the outside of the eggs. So that's why.
So you think it's soaked in there?
Huh?
Do you think it soaked in there?
Yeah, it's soaked in the egg mix.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I think it was like 60 something grams of protein. I was like, I can't throw this away, man. I gotta pound it. So I pound it, and seriously, I think it was 30 minutes later. For the rest of my shift, every 10 minutes. Just going to go to the shitter, bro.
Yeah.
Literally like every fucking 10 minutes.
I believe it.
Horrible, man.
I believe it.
And when I got home,
you don't have the best food habits though.
I don't have the best what?
Food habits. I remember when you were working the front desk during the summer in Texas, like I mean, it gets up to like 100, 105.
Oh yeah, easily, bro.
You leave your meat in the car.
And-
Pack Fitness has a working fridge, but you left your meat in the car.
There was a reason for
That's
this.
why we got you that. That's why we got you that damn lunchbox as a going away present.
Oh, dude, I love it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I use it
like,
in my freaking classroom like all the time.
Good.
Hell
yeah. Bro, I just don't understand why you did that.
Okay, look, there's a
all you have
logical
to
reason
do
to
is
it.
like grab the thing on your way in.
There's a logical reason to it. I mean, and it's so simple. So I leave the food in my car in the Texas heat because when I'm ready to eat, I grab it. Boom, it's already hot.
No, dude, come on now. You're better than that, bro. You're better.
And I remember it. My steak that I would eat, it's not like it was completely cooked and, you know, sitting out inside the car.
Correct.
No, it was raw as shit. I would when I would cook my meat, I would sear it for 30 seconds on each side.
That's it?
Boom. 30 seconds.
Why?
I don't know.
Why did you... Come on.
Come
on, bro.
I have like pride in myself that I eat my meat raw.
You're disgusting.
Yeah.
You're bare.
There was this video on Instagram where this chick like stole meat from her mom's pan, I guess. It was completely raw, and she ate it.
Why?
That shit turned me on, bro. I was like, ooh.
Get the fuck.
I just found myself a girl that eats some raw meat.
Get the fuck. Did you slide in her DMs?
Yeah, man. I was trying to give her this raw meat, man.
Say, hey, mom, you trying to get this raw meat?
I was like, hey, I saw that video of you eating raw meat. You trying to get this raw meat? Oh, you trying to get some of this chorizo? Chorizo?
Get the fuck out.
You trying to get some of this chorizo con huevos?
Every time someone says chorizo, it makes me think of Chipotle. And I love Chipotle, but you remember...
Do they have chorizo there?
Yeah. But do you remember when they had that huge... I think it was with their chorizo. But they had like some huge outbreak of fucking... do you remember this?
No.
What was it? I'm going to like say something wrong or something stupid. E. coli.
Really?
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago or like a year and a half ago. They had like a ton of E. coli in their meat.
Bro,
and
Mexicans
so they had
are
to like...
dirty as hell, bro. I'm telling you, that's like the cilantro outbreak. You never...
what is that?
Yeah, so, and, you know, E. coli, people were getting E. coli from cilantro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying it like a white boy. I don't give a fuck.
Cilantro.
Yeah, and
Cilantro.
George Lopez made a...
Fucking George Lopez.
Yeah, man. He made a joke about it, and he was like, yeah, so what was happening was all the Mexicans in Mexico was, you know, talking shit about us, and so they fucking, like, scratched their huevos, and then got it all over the cilantro, and then boom, E. coli.
Ooh.
I don't see how scratching your huevos
You know, every time...
translates into E. coli, but...
Every time someone says George Lopez, you know what I think of?
What's up?
You know how he has the show, right?
Yeah.
Remember he used to have the show?
Yeah, Carmen
So
was
the whole-
fine as hell, by the way.
So the whole show. So the whole... the whole deal with that show, he's like a manager at some... I think it's like an airplane factory or like a car factory or something.
Yeah, airplane.
Okay, but I don't know why I remember this so much because I don't know how I would make the decision. But there's an episode where he has to decide to either fire his mom or his best friend. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, dude, he has to, because they're making like budget cuts or something, so
Which
he has to
one did he-
decide either his mom or his best friend.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but
It
whoever.
was probably his mom.
I think because she was like, her job was to like review parts or like not supervise, but like check that everything's like going right.
Yeah.
So his thought process was that the people who made them can check themselves.
Yeah.
Or have other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I think of that all the time because how tough of a and I know it's a fucking like Nick at Night TV show. But
Yeah,
it's like, how would you?
This
how would
dude's
you?
having deep thoughts.
Yeah,
about
dude. But
Nick
it's
at
like,
Night show.
how would you make that choice? That's tough, man.
Okay.
To either put your mom out of a job or your best friend out of a job.
See, I was thinking put the mom out of the job, but he's not providing for his mom.
I think it's just good that he put it all like he just thought through it logically, like emotionally detached from it.
Now I really want to know who freaking gets fired.
I think it's his mom. Because she's that's the reason. Is she's like a supervisor or something.
I feel like in a TV show it would somehow come to where he could keep both of them.
It might have ended up like that. I don't remember that, but I just remember that ultimatum being like, damn. And then you know another ultimatum that I think of all the time.
Huh.
You seen the Dark Knight, right?
Which one?
The second one.
I've seen all of them.
Okay, so the one where he's got the whoever it is, the senator dude or whoever at the one building that's about to explode, and then his girlfriend at the one building.
Yes.
And the Joker tells him where they are, but he switches them. So he saves the government dude or whoever. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong, but like how great like.
I don't see why Batman didn't tell Harvey Dent what happened, because he wouldn't have turned evil.
I don't know.
He would have understood, because he was like, he had half his face burned off, and he was like, "Why didn't you save her? You should have saved her." And he could have just said, "Oh, the Joker tricked me." And Harvey was like, "Oh, I got you."
Yeah, because he just said it backwards. I don't know. Those are such good movies, man. I can't believe Christian Bale didn't want to be Batman anymore.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
How would you not want to be Batman, though?
Dude, I mean, I don't know. So, that dude,
Who, Christian Bale?
Yeah, Christian Bale. All of his movies, he, like, adapts their personality.
What's the one movie?
The anorexic one?
Yeah, where he's like 120 pounds, and that dude's like 6'2".
Dude, I was reading what he was doing to prepare for that, and there was a point where, like, he was barely eating anything, and he wanted to lose more weight, so he started smoking cigarettes.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. That's...
he's being Dick Cheney for a movie now?
I don't know who Dick Cheney is. I should know who Dick Cheney is, man.
A political official. I want to say he was a vice president, but I don't know my politics very well. But anyways, he's playing him, but he's like super dad bod. He's like bald. Like he's got like a goat. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know that was him at first.
Yeah, because you cannot tell that it's him. It's crazy.
It did not look like him.
It's literally crazy, dude.
One movie that I really want to see from him is The American Psycho. Is that what it's called?
I think so. I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
Bro, I've been thinking. So this is completely like a change of direction and the topics.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit twisted in the head.
For sure.
So I was thinking, are you able to self-induce multiple personality disorder? Because me, I'm a powerlifter, right?
Right.
So that's one personality, or that can be one personality, and then business personality, because Grainy Bastards is a business,
right?
And it's my business,
correct?
Mine and Zach Hilton's. He ain't on the show right now, by the way. So that's another personality.
Okay.
And then you have a student. Okay. You know, that's another personality. And let's do one more. An artist, right? Okay. So that's four total personality. Four total personalities with completely different aspects, like in character, in their character. Do you think that you would be able to self-induce different personalities?
I don't think they're different personalities.
You don't think so?
Yeah. So what I think, like look at it like this. So I'm a personal trainer, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the way that I approach training my client Darla, who's a woman that's 63 years old, and my client Colin, a boy who's 13 years old, is completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Now, am I still the same person at my core? Yes. But do I communicate in a different way? Yes.
But you're still a personal trainer.
Yeah, but you're still a human. I mean, I think you're just fitting those different roles. Like, okay, here's a good example. When I was in high school, I was president of the choir program. I had just started competing in bodybuilding. I was a barista at Starbucks.
Yeah,
these are all right. But it's like sure, like you adapt to that situation, but that doesn't necessarily make you a different person. And I think part of the multiple personality thing that you're talking about, I think part of it is the fact that you have no control over it.
So I was thinking if you could.
But like I see where it coming, because a lot of the times you'll find owning your own business, you have to fit all these different shoes.
Yeah, because right now that I'm getting this Grainy Bastards thing taking off, I used to never be like this before, but now I'm waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning, getting like only 5 hours of sleep, and there's that personality. And then when I go to a gym, it's almost like I'm a different person.
Yeah, like a switch is split.
I turn into I guess when you're a business person, you're still an introvert, but a lot of different personality traits change.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, would you be able to take that further if you were to train your mind to adapt those personalities?
I think...
And be like a completely different, almost person.
I think you're...
Am I thinking it too much?
Yeah, I think you're... What I think you're doing is I think you're blending identity and behavior, which are two different things. Which are two different things.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so if you're a power lifter, if you're an artist, if you're a businessman, if you're... whatever.
Those are all behaviors.
No.
No. They
all share one thing in common. You're going to do them to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And is
that's your identity, is you're a perfectionist.
Okay.
You like things done to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your behavior is just how you act in the moment. So, like, let's say you piss me off, so I flip this mic off the stand, and I literally push it off, and I flip off the camera, and I leave. That was a behavior, but that doesn't change the fact that my identity as a person. Does that make sense?
No, it actually does.
I might be complicating it too much.
Yeah,
more,
I feel like the way you're wording it is a little bit wrong, but
yeah, but you see what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're still the same person.
Oh, that kind of depresses me, bro.
Why you wanted to?
I wanted to, bro.
You wanted to.
I actually wrote down.
They made a new movie. They're making a new movie about that.
What?
You know the dude, that scary movie where the dude has like all these different personalities and he's got these girls locked up. They made like a continuation onto that.
Is it still with the same person?
Yeah. It's got Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis too.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, they're like superheroes.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. God damn.
Did you ever see that movie with him and Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yes.
I didn't see it, but Cole was watching it the other day, and all I just hear every other line, motherfucker.
Yes,
motherfucker.
bro. And I love how he does that on like every movie. Yeah. Like the last Avengers.
Yeah.
At the very end, while he was fading away, he didn't say fucker, but he was like and then he fucking faded away.
I wish he would have done it when he was Mace Windu in Star Wars.
What?
When he was Mace Windu in Star Wars.
Dude, I've never seen Star Wars.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yeah.
You'd be pretty into it, I think. I think you'd like more like Lord of the Rings, though. I bet you'd be really into Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I mean, I remember the tower.
You would.
The eye.
Yeah, you would.
And then what is his name?
Who?
The little
Hobbit?
creepy dude.
Oh, Gollum. Or Smeagol.
Schmeagol?
I don't know. He has like two personalities. There you go. He has multiple personalities.
I want multiple personality disorder.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't.
Dude, I was thinking, you know how fun that would be to be a psychopath?
I mean, I think it's like 1 in 50 people or something like that.
1 in 50?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
I'm serious.
That's crazy.
Serious. Yeah.
What the fuck?
But I don't know. I don't know what the textbook definition of psychopath is, though. Or maybe it's
I think
sociopath.
No, sociopath is...
What's the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath?
So we were talking about this in the first podcast. Did you watch did you hear the first podcast? A little bit of it.
I watched the second one.
Okay, so in the first one, we had this guy named The Berg. His name is Matthew Berg, and he's on our powerlifting team, and he's a sociopath.
That means you show no emotion. Like
yeah.
You feel no compassion, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you see a human die and you don't care.
Yeah, and he's definitely like that, bro.
Right.
And we're talking about the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath, and pretty much the difference is a psychopath is born that way, born without morals and that code that makes humans human, and then sociopaths, it's like a learned tendency. Like a lot of people that are sociopaths will have abusive parents. So you could a fucked up childhood.
So then you could potentially stop being a sociopath.
I guess so.
I mean, if you can be created it, you can destroy it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that easy.
So I would, well, of course not easy, but I would assume that. So by that standard, so a psychopath is like someone literally born with like a switch flipped in their brain, right?
Yeah.
So like literally, yeah.
You cannot, and those are like fucking helter skelter, and those people, and fucking the Wall Street people. Yeah. Those people are psychopaths, bro.
It's crazy people.
Yeah, man. Crazy people. Like working 12 hours a day, nonstop.
7 days a week.
I think that's really, really impressive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, but it may be impressive, but you have to look at the other aspects of their life. You know, what are their relationships like? What's their mental state like? What's their spirituality like?
But when you're a psychopath, you don't give a fuck about those aspects.
Yeah, but
like, what kind of psychopath do you know that has a freaking girlfriend? Oh, well, I guess I don't know any psychopaths either.
I don't know. I don't think that you.
You would just be. I feel like you would just be self-obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You would just.
Which at
maybe
that,
if you had that
which
goal,
at that point, what's the point of living for anything? What's the point of doing anything if all you're thinking about is self-obsession? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not creating something bigger than you. You're not.
Well, again,
you're not helping people. You don't care to help people. It's like what else is going on? What's the point of anything you're doing? Why are you doing whatever you are? So then why are you incentivized to work 12 hours a day? Doesn't make any sense.
How many hours a day do you work?
Depends on what I can schedule. I mean, my availability is open and close, but
open and close.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. And
So.
are you doing like online training?
Yeah, so I'm doing online coaching right now.
Let's go into that, man.
Okay.
So how's that working for you?
So it's going well. So my website is alexchrismartin.com.
With the plug,
but
I'll put that shit below in the description.
Perfect. So essentially what I do is I email back and forth with people a lot, or text, whatever they prefer. Sometimes even call. But and so what I do is I just help them work towards their goals online. So typically I'll write up a Google Sheet or a Google Doc.
Yeah.
We use that Google Doc to track weigh-ins. So we take daily weigh-ins, and depending on if they're trying to gain or lose weight, take averages for the week, kind of track their diet on there.
Is that where you put their program too?
Put their program on Google Sheets, which is like set up the same way as
Excel.
Right, but it's just easier to share. Mm-hmm. So depending on who they are, I mean, I have some people who lift 3 days a week, some people 6 days a week. I mean, I have one dude who's trying to gain weight. I have one lady who's trying to lose weight. I mean, people are all over the board. But it's essentially, it's personal training through the internet. Its shortcomings are that, I'm like a technique Nazi, like a form Nazi. So that's where I miss out. That's where I don't get to have a lot of fun and hands-on experience. But something I really do like is it really opens the door to be able to work with a lot more people, because it's significantly cheaper than one-on-one personal training.
Yeah.
Because one-on-one personal training, you're kind of like, the thing with personal training is it's a service, right? So you're you're paying for my time. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas with online coaching, you're still paying for my time, but I can work through a program as fast or slow as I want.
Yeah, you can do that in like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Compared to an hour.
Correct. So sometimes I'm a little bit more meticulous, and especially if it's like their first week of a program, I'll spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
But does that make so? It's a little closer to selling an actual product than a service. Mm-hmm. But so because of that, I'm able to make it a little bit more affordable.
And I'm sure it's a lot easier to manage for you. Mm-hmm. Are you ever thinking about like completely switching over?
I would love to if I could build enough of a base. So the thing with online coaching is that it takes a really big social media base and presence, because you have to have some way to get out to people.
Yeah.
I would love to do that just for the sake of traveling and stuff, but I don't think I'll ever stop personal training in person.
Yeah.
Because I love, like, one of my favorite things about the job is like moving someone in a certain way, teaching someone a certain cue, and then literally seeing on their face,
Oh yeah!
Oh!
That light bulb go off.
You remember when your shoulder was hurting and tried to get you to externally rotate?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
But you were protracted the whole time. It said pull your shoulder blades back. Pull your shoulder blades back. External. Oh.
Yeah, and I remember I used to always have it backing down.
You open that cavity up, now things can move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now that I haven't been able to bench, it's fucking curling back in, man.
Mm-hmm. You gotta keep those guys back. But anyways, like, I mean, that's a real simple example. But that, and when I'm online coaching, everything is like pre-written. So it's like, if I tell someone to do 15 reps, they're gonna do 15 reps.
Yeah.
But if I'm there and I'm in person, I'm like, I said 15, I was gonna have this person do 15, but I think we got 22 in the tank. Damn. I can push them there. You know what I mean? Whereas like, even with online coaching, if I say, okay, here 15 is your minimum, but I want you to go as many as you can, maybe their form starts to slack, maybe they don't think they can get as many as they can. I mean, X, Y, Z.
Do you go through like percentages and RPE at all?
No, I don't have any powerlifters.
No, so you wouldn't have that in like bodybuilding or anything?
No,
because you're saying the people that if you were training them in person and you have a scheduled 15 and they're doing, I mean, you think that they can do 22, so you have them do that. For the people that are online, wouldn't you be able to also do that with something like RPE? You have them, let's say they're doing 30 pounds for the set of 15 on dumbbell bench. Okay?
Yeah.
In person, you'd be able to tell that they can do it for 22 reps. And if you started integrating the RPE in the online, and they put, RPE 7, which means that they have about 5-6 more reps in the tank. Do you think that would benefit your online clients at all?
No.
No.
The number one thing that I've learned about personal training is people are so much more capable than they think they are.
Yeah.
People have so much more in the tank than they think they do. I have a 63-year-old lady. Her name's Darla. I mentioned her earlier. She can lunge down the gym and back.
Damn.
Do you think...
I can't even do that.
I mean... but but most 63-year-old women would never be able to build the confidence to
even do one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So where I'm going with this is like, okay, a lifter who's been lifting for 3 months, their RPE 10 is your RPE 6.
Yeah.
Now you can take this scale and be like, this means you should be able to do this many more reps with this kind of technique. It should feel like this. It should feel like that. But it's too subjective.
I think so.
It's too subjective. So now I did say that that's a drawback, but it's like, okay, if that person made it through all 4 sets of 15 reps or 3 sets, whatever it was, I know I can bump them up next week.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Now if they write down I did 15 and then 12 and then 10 and then 8, I know
then
that's a problem.
something's wrong.
Correct.
You need to bump the weight down.
Correct. So while it may be a little passive and maybe not quite as assertive, I don't think RPE has much of a place. Even when I program for powerlifters, I tend to stray away from it.
So when you're programming powerlifters, do you do like percentages or RPE or
I do percentages, but I don't write it as that. I write it as whatever the number is.
What do you mean?
Does that make sense?
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of writing 5 sets of 7 at 70%, I write 5 sets of 7 at 200 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Does that make
so
sense?
yeah, that's pretty much the same. It's just
Correct.
You're not showing the
Correct.
70%.
Correct. But the reason of that is people psych themselves out.
Yeah. So
Because
it just
because
depends
if I told someone 5 sets of 8 at 60%, and I think, oh, well, that's nothing. And maybe that is nothing, but that volume accumulates over time. My goal is to accumulate the volume. My goal is not to smoke you here. So, as a trainer and a coach, there's some things that I keep reserved that I would always happily explain, but a lot of the times people need to just trust the process.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's a big thing, especially for the younger, less experienced people.
And I think it's great. I think it's great to ask questions. If you ever ask a coach or a trainer why or what or how, and they can't answer, you need to fire that person.
Oh my god, dude!
Immediately.
The trainers at the school that I go to, horrible. One of them reminds me of you visually, except he's like probably 60 pounds heavier than you.
He ain't as cute as me.
He's a bitch. Fuck that dude.
Dang,
man.
but he ain't as cute as me.
No, he's not. I haven't found anybody as cute as you, bro.
What do you mean visually?
Like
he's pretty.
No, he looks like you. His face looks like you.
He's pretty swolled up.
Yeah, bro. And then he has the same hair. He has.
I'm just kidding.
The same
Anyways.
almost proportions. I don't know, but I remember the first time that I went in there when I had a tweaked shoulder. I needed to go in there to get a heating pad, and so I asked him, and he gave me like the dirty ass look. And then he said, go get it. It's in the other room. And I was like, well, show me, because I don't know where the hell it is. I didn't say hell, but I was like, I don't know where it is. So he goes in there, he gets it, and then he like throws it on the freaking seat where I was, so I can put it on. It's like, you're getting paid for this.
Yeah. And
not only that, but you're a personal trainer. You need to care about your freaking
athletes.
athletes.
Unfortunately, man, the bar to training is unbelievably low.
Yeah.
Unbelievably low. Somebody was telling me, and I could be misquoting this. I don't want to call out any gyms or anything, but there's some gym that they have their own personal training cert that you take online. It's 10 questions.
Texas Family Fitness, probably.
Something in that realm. There's like 10 questions, and I guess you can literally take it as many times as you want. It costs like $80. You could just take it as many times as you want.
Which is nothing compared to the actual test, which is a couple $100, right?
Correct. So for Cooper, I went through the Cooper Institute of Dallas. At the end of the day, probably spent a little over $1,000 between course, class, test, whatever. Yeah.
And it was obviously worth it, right?
Unfortunately, it teaches you a lot, but it doesn't teach you enough. There's not enough application. There was 5 days. There's 4.5 days there. We went over like actual biomechanics for.
Okay, I think you told me.
For maybe 3 hours of one of the days.
Mm.
I mean, you can help people with that knowledge, but you can't change lives with that knowledge. Where, and I'm sure there's great institutes out there, but where I think you find majority of your things to help people with is online. YouTube, podcasts, whatever it may be. Of course, you have to have those certs to get in the door as a trainer at a lot of places. You know, I wish I could just walk in somewhere and say, let me show you what I can do. But unfortunately, a lot of times people won't even look at you unless you have a certain piece of paper.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, so, I don't know. I've heard CSCS is good, which is like some kind of strength-focused training. I don't really know. But, again, I'm not an expert in the what cert does what thing. But that's definitely what I've noticed.
Are you getting more... we're not going to talk specifics, but I'm really curious about this. Are you getting more revenue from your e-commerce training or from your like in-house personal training?
I think there's more potential through online coaching because I can work with more people. Correct. More people in less time. And I think at the end of the day, the way you make a solid living for yourself is finding a way to make passive income, which of course online coaching is not, but it's closer. It's a lot closer. It's farther from trading my time for money than personal training is. So I think there's, as of right now, personal training is definitely a higher percentage of my income. Yeah. But there's enough going on with the online coaching that it affects my lifestyle in a positive way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah.
Do you have any like goals in the future when it comes to like making a brand for yourself?
Yeah. So, for now, it's going to stay Alex Chris Martin for online coaching. But the eventual goal is to build some different brand that has the whole that I can hire people to program, to work with clients. So, I can literally open a business of online coaching.
Almost like a firm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so that would be my goal there. The hardest time that I always have with online coaching and with personal training is it's like you need to set a number so you can reach a certain revenue, right? You need to have like a goal number of clients to reach a certain revenue, right? Yeah. But like I don't want a set number of clients because I feel like as soon as you pick a number, you don't care about quality anymore. Yeah. It's like, look, man, like just because Joe Blow's gonna pay me doesn't mean I want to work with him. I only want to work with him if he's gonna give me everything he's got. Yeah. I don't want to work with someone who's gonna half-ass me. And so it's like, I'm not in a position in my life to turn down business right now, but one day I will be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I think a lot of people need to look at it that way too. Correct. And stop wasting their, obviously, if they're in a younger position and they have to take those jobs, then take it. But when they get older, you look for those more valuable, customers. Yeah. That can bring more to the table.
Right. It's about... I want people who are we're going to get something out of it.
And I'm sure those people will be reoccurring also.
Correct. Yeah. I want people I can help. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know what I'm saying?
That's how fucking say that back to me.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Lead a horse to water, can't make it drink. So, unfortunately, some people think with personal training, I haven't had this problem with online coaching, but some people think with personal training, you just pay the person and you lose the weight. You think people think you're paying for a magic bill. Sorry, dude.
A magic program?
Correct.
A magic
which there is none. Which there is none.
Do you have any magical powers?
Couple.
What is that? Is that like off the charts?
I'd say off podcast.
Off the podcast?
Yeah.
All right, man.
But yeah, dude. I think that's my big thing is I just don't. I want to work with people who want to get better.
And it's hard to find that, man.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
That's one of the reasons why I chose powerlifting, because in team sports, just a bunch of bitches. Until you get to higher levels.
Yeah, but you can only you're essentially your team is only as good as its weakest link. And if you're always the strongest link, that can become frustrating.
It always amazes me how people don't have that. I don't know, like the structure of discipline and qualities of a successful man.
Are you familiar with the 4 personality types?
No.
So there's 4 personality types. I'm probably gonna butcher some of these. 'Cause I'm not a
You're
pro.
butchering everything.
I was
on
gonna
the
say I'm
podcast,
kind of fucking everything up. I'm approaching everything with a little bit of a disclaimer.
like.
Big disclaimer. I don't know nothing about anything. Don't listen to anything I say.
Yeah, this is a useless podcast.
So you have choleric,
Yeah, you lost me
sanguine,
right there.
phlegmatic, and melancholy. Okay,
What the fuck?
so to break them all down. Choleric is your go-getters, your disciplined people. These are your CEOs, your super successful athletes. These are your like leaders. These are your people who have more energy than anybody to get shit done. These are people who wake up at 4 a.m. with no problem.
Yeah.
You have your sanguine. These are your people who they essentially get by happiness and what's the word I'm looking for? When people naturally gravitate towards you. It's a real simple word. I can't think
charisma?
of charisma. Correct.
Yeah.
They're very driven by charisma, and people just like them. They're fun to be around, but they're not great at taking things seriously.
Yeah.
And then you have phlegmatic, which is these are like your hippies. Like everything's like cool. Like it's all good. Like things will figure themselves out. Like it's cool. Like they don't really stress about anything. Like everything's fine. And then there's melancholy, who are like your people who kind of internalize everything. They think a lot. They walk through the steps. Correct. So long story short, everybody's like a breed of all these things, but supposedly you tend to gravitate towards what other people are too.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I think I could be wrong. This might be learned. This might be born with. I don't know. But I think a lot of people in our generation specifically, or maybe it's just our age group, tend to be phlegmatic, which are the people, the hippies, it's all good, bro. Which is fine. That's how they choose to live their life. But like, sorry, bro, I'm not to split fucking skulls. So
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just people are different. Right. People are different. So there's like bullshit tests you can take online and stuff to tell you what you are, but
yeah, and I think some people can get by with the phlegmatic personality. I said that right?
Yeah, it's
phlegmatic.
I
something like
said
that.
It wrong. Yeah,
I think some people can get by like that, but you have to be like very, very phlegmatic, like on the extreme side, because those like to where everybody's like almost looking at that person. It's like, wow, he's so different. He or she so different. This is something new, you know. Yeah. And then you have those people who are like teenagers that, you know, fucking sleep for 16 hours a day. Yeah. Wake up, eat, bitch, and then go back to sleep.
Right.
That's fucking horrible. And it's sad to see that.
Right. And I think, I mean, a lot of it, I'm sure a lot of it is like natural, but I think a lot of it is just the way a lot of people are raised, man. I mean,
I think that
you want to talk about these fucking participation awards. You want to talk about,
that,
you know, clapping for your kid when he strikes out at bat. I mean, it's a whole 9 yards, man.
I remember when I was in band, I would always get those participation awards, and I hated them.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, man.
So my younger brother just played in a bowling tournament for the Special Olympics.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Yeah, so played in a bowling tournament for the Special Olympics. These are all kids with mental disabilities. Maybe not disabilities in the right way to put it, but different challenges in life. My brother's autistic, and they kept score. There were little ribbons for participation, but there were gold, bronze, and silver medals.
Yes, man.
Now, of course, my brother got the gold. Man bowled a 126. 15.
That's the cumulative score, right?
That was like his score of his first game.
Fuck.
They played 2 games. But anyways.
I ain't gonna ever go bowling with y'all.
Yeah, dude. He would smoke meat. That's better than I've ever done.
I suck at bowling.
But, okay, anyways. Dude, he's 15. The next kid up was 19. Yeah. But he earned that fucking gold.
That's freaking amazing, bro.
Stop telling your kids to play for fun.
Yes, man. I mean, if they're gonna play...
Should you have fun? Absolutely. If you're not having fun, pick something else.
Yes.
But if you're not playing to win, why are you playing?
My mom put me in basketball when I was young, and I absolutely hated it.
I would love to see you on a basketball court.
Oh, God, bro. I was on the bench because they gave me they gave me 2 XL shorts. And at the time, I was like 140 pounds.
What the hell?
When I was on the court, I had to have one hand in my pocket and the other hand
to keep your shorts from...
Yeah. Even
didn't have a drawstring on them or anything?
Even when I would tie it, they weren't.
Damn.
they weren't tight enough, so they'll just fall back. And my mom would still be on the in the stands cheering me on. And I was like, I was so pissed.
Yeah, and man, I really don't think you can get on parents that hard because I think they truly think that that's the way that their kid is gonna. I think it's backed by positive intention.
I think they need to listen to their kids more. I know that sounds stupid.
What do you mean?
Like they need to hear out what the kids like to do, because instead of forcing them to adhere to what they learned or what they didn't learn, because that's what a lot of parents do. They're like, I need him to be better here because I wasn't as good here. So they force them.
Oh, I see what you're. So they're trying to make up for their shortcomings.
Yeah, and instead of focusing on what they want to do more, like there's these kids out here that are getting scholarships for freaking being good at Fortnite. You think any parent, any
would have known,
regular parent would have
let their kid grind it out on Fortnite? Yeah.
Hell no.
Well, dude,
and then there's these kids getting freaking scholarships for that shit.
I think
like, that's ridiculous.
I think that I truly think that you can make a business or a living out of anything. Anything.
I think you just need to rewire your brain, man.
There's a you ever listen to the MFCEO Project with Andy Frisella? It's a super popular podcast. I think it's actually number 1 right now.
Fuck.
Anyways, he has this one episode. I don't know which one it is. Blah blah blah. But anyways, he starts talking about how which is the same subject, and the example he uses is butterflies.
Yeah.
You really, really like butterflies. Go take pictures of them, put them on calendars, sell the calendars. Make an Instagram page, put them on T-shirts, sell the T-shirts. Like, and there's different ways to do it. You know, go teach at a wherever you can learn about butterflies. I mean,
yeah, man.
There's like a million things you can do. There's a million things to,
especially with social media and the exposure that you can get. You just have to fucking work.
Correct.
Yeah, and
Correct.
I mean, honestly, I don't even think that you have to work that hard to. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't work hard. You should work hard as fuck. But what I'm saying is, you probably don't have to work as hard because everything is so accessible, man.
You really think so?
Yes, all the information. So
here's my thing with the butterfly.
You literally have to walk in other people's footsteps.
What do you mean?
That's all you have to do. You have to see how somebody else did what they did.
Oh, you're saying someone's already done it.
You could literally walk in their footsteps.
That makes sense. Things definitely move faster now because of social media. And
you look up on YouTube how to start how to start a design business, since that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There's literally step-by-step processes. I'm following it.
Correct.
I mean, shit.
Correct. It's out there. Someone's done it before, and someone decided to teach it.
Yeah, I mean, you take a little from here, a little from there, a little bit from here, put it all together, make your own. Boom.
But this is where I disagree with you.
Yeah.
You have to work like a fucking bull. Yeah. Because now your field is oversaturated. Could you tell me how many people you go to their fitness Instagram page? They've been lifting for like a year or two. Their bio says online coach. They're looking for every sponsorship they can find.
Yeah, that is really
so it's So I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but it's oversaturated, and competition breeds growth.
I think it's a bad thing when it comes to quality and quantity. Like you have people like Larry Wills, fucking beast,
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. But his program's $20. I'm sure that it's not, weekly changing. It's just one program.
Right. With
a layout, probably percentages.
Right. And it's a cookie cutter.
Yeah, and what are people going to do when they see, uneducated people, when they see a good personal trainer that has weekly programs for, let's say, $100 a month, which is really, really cheap.
Correct.
And then you have this dude, Larry Wills, strong as shit, selling shitty $20 programs.
Right.
You're gonna go with the $20 program.
Right. Because you don't understand. People don't understand the value in individualism and fitness. Because unfortunately, bodybuilding.com pumps out programs. All these things pump out programs. Everyone's got a program, which is great. But there's twins. There's twins out there that need different exercises for different things.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine if you and I tried to do the same program, even based off percentages? Base it off percentages.
No.
I mean, even not. Dude, if I flat bench twice a week, my shoulder would snap.
Yeah.
I have a little fairy boy rib cage. I cannot flat barbell bench press.
Oh shit.
I will tear my shoulder apart.
Yeah.
I've done it twice. I've impinged both my shoulders flat barbell benching. Yeah, dude. So I don't do it. So
There's
you go
no
buy. I mean, use the Larry Wheels example. So let's say you go buy that program, and this isn't calling him out. I think he's
real quick, let me say this.
Dude.
I bought one of Larry Will's programs, and I said it on my last podcast. I bought one of his programs, never got it. Emailed the guy like, yeah.
This is calling him.
You know what? I admire you because you're strong as shit, but fuck you.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. Like, that shit pisses me off. It was only $20, but like, come on, man.
It's a customer service thing, man.
Yeah, I sent him like 20 emails, and I sent.
You never heard anything back at all.
Never even emailed me back. I commented on his posts like probably 50 fucking times.
That's frustrating, man.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what?
That's bad business.
I ended up just like, you know what? Fuck it.
That's bad business, man. But
not really. Fuck you. I love you, Larry.
Yeah. What were we talking about before that?
Shit. Oh, you were giving an example about Larry Wills.
What about him?
Shit.
We were just comparing the programs and everything, but long story short, the field is just so oversaturated. It's hard to know who to trust. It's hard to separate yourself from the noise. So that's what I'm working on, is separating myself from the noise.
Like Rich Piana also came out with a video about starting a business, and he gave an example like that butterfly calendar one with candles, man. Just go make some organic candles. People would be all over that shit, man. Or I think it was organic soap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing is, though,
smell so good.
Now that might not be a field that's super busy, but where your problem is you have to be a marketing genius, because how many people are actively looking for organic candles?
I'm sure that there's some people out there.
I'm sure there are.
I just called you mom.
But mom.
I was thinking
Mommy.
like
your mom would be.
No, my mom wouldn't be like just fucking rich moms.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a market for everything for sure, but it's the size of the market.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to work. Yeah, you have to work a hell of a lot harder to get shit out there. So, I think there's challenges in whatever you decide to pursue. It's just what that challenge is. And how great it is.
Yeah, I changed my statement about saying, that you probably don't have to work really, really hard. I think you just got to go balls deep, man.
I think that's how I think it is with everything, man. I think one of the things I really liked was when I was struggling on deciding if I wanted to continue with college or not. Mm-hmm. I decided I wanted to drop out. One of the biggest things that I struggled with was like, what's next? So I sat down and made a plan. But anyways, you know who Dean Graziosi is? He's an entrepreneur guy, pretty interesting dude. Puts out a lot of like motivating content. Anyways, the one thing that I like really related to, one of my clients sent me this because he's someone who's very successful without a college degree, so I talked to him about it quite a bit. But the whole point of this whole thing is, he was like, you dropped out of college, great, work like a fucking bull. You're in college, great, work like a fucking bull.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's
just
it, man.
Regardless of the circumstances.
Correct.
Work like a fucking bull.
Correct.
And I'm actually thinking right now about the whole college thing, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
What do you want to do? Why are you in college?
So at first it was for coaching.
You want to be a coach? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So what was it, like a kines degree or something?
Something like that.
Sports science.
Sports science. But eventually the end goal would be open up my own gym.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going into design. I want to start my own design firm.
Okay.
That would be the end goal.
Which you have?
Yeah, but obviously not up to scale with what I'd like it to be. Like right now, I'm just starting off. Which I've had a couple good clients, man.
There you go.
Like, surprisingly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. But now that I'm doing design at the university that I'm going to, there wouldn't really be a need to stay in that university, because I could just go to community college for a better design program. Over here, Collin Community College, they have a better design program than where I'm at right now, and for literally a tenth of the price. Instead of paying $400 an hour,
Yeah.
you're
Pay
paying
20 something, right?
Yeah, like $40, $40 an hour.
So I don't want to give advice because I'm a dropout and I've yet to consider myself successful.
Yeah,
But I think it's a cost benefit analysis like anything.
that's what I'm doing right now.
Sit down, write it out. How much student debt are you going to be in going to a university?
Yeah, man, it hurt pulling out loans. It really did.
My family has struggled with debt forever, and so I told myself I never wanted to owe anyone anything.
Exactly.
So I don't owe anyone anything. I don't ever plan on owning anyone anything. You know, you got to get a mortgage on a house at some point, but that's about it.
I don't know, man, about owning a house.
I don't think I'll ever even finance a car, dude.
Really?
I don't. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, financing. Yeah. You're gonna end up paying like 150% of the.
You know how much I would love me.
price.
You know how much I would love me a 2019 Toyota Tundra.
Oh, is this
like
turning into an
little-
ASMR?
A little khaki brown with some black trim and some nice blacked out windows. Oh man, would that be nice? Put a little
murder, dude.
put a little lift kit on it. Oh man, that'd be nice. But that would hurt my pockets.
So much.
Yeah, dude. And so I don't know, dude. I'd rather throw that money into stocks. I'd rather throw that money into a money market. I mean,
Are you doing that right now, stocks?
yeah, I'm only a couple $100 in. I literally just started messing with it like a couple weeks ago. You know what I literally did?
Yes.
I literally bought 3 of the most random stocks I could think of, and I'm just watching what they do.
Curious,
see
what
what happens.
price range were those stocks?
One was like $8 when I bought it, so I bought like 5 of those. One was like 70, and one was like 60. So I bought 5 in GE, which was like the cheap one, General Electric. I bought 1 in Verizon, and I bought 1 in Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm like $200 in.
Yeah.
Just because I just want to see what happens. I want to learn it.
Just curious.
Yeah.
This
So
is good.
yeah, so I think that's a good way to spend a
Has
lot
it
of
bear
time.
fruit at all?
I don't know. I just
Oh,
watch
so
it.
that-
It goes up and down a little bit. I might be up like 0.5% or something like that.
Yeah.
But you're talking about having $200 in 0.5% is nothing.
Yeah.
So
Man, those day trading people are fucking.
that dude, I mean, I guess you start brand new in anything and it's confusing, but like. I use Fidelity and like I look at my little account thing and I don't know what any of those fucking words mean. I'm like Google like
I learned it,
I'm just
but
trying to learn it. I just think it's interesting. But
I learned it, but I just don't have the money to invest into it yet.
yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing, man. It's just with college, it's like anything. It's a cost benefit analysis. What's it going to get you back? You know, you don't have to go to school. You don't not have to go to school.
Yeah.
You know. So, luckily, you're in a situation where you can go to school if you want to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You gotta make that choice, man.
Yeah, and I think I'm starting to love making decisions, man.
Yeah.
Like being very decisive instead of having other people make the decision for me.
Yeah.
It's
scary, but it's cool.
It's scary.
It's liberating.
So scary.
It's liberating.
But it's so liberating.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Without a doubt.
But
yeah. When I moved out of mom and dad's place, it's that same feeling. It was like, wow, I get to be an adult. This is crazy, you know?
Yeah, because you're living with Rifty Fish, right?
Yeah, I live with Cole.
Yeah, man. Rifty Fish.
Cool. Rifty-ish.
Rifty-ish?
Yeah. Well,
it's not Rifty Fish?
It's just Rifty now.
Rifty.
Yeah.
I would call them Rifty Fish.
Yeah, dude, but we're cool. It's cool.
How long have...
We moved in August.
August.
So...
Because a lot of people say that when you move in with, one of your best friends, they'll become enemies at the end. No friction at all?
Nah, dude, it's cool because we so we're in a relatively like big floor plan, so we're kind of like away from each other.
Gotcha.
Which is cool.
That's
and then
smart,
we're on like a literally like we're as opposite as sleep schedules can get.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because I'm up at like 4 a.m. and I'm usually asleep sometime between 9 and 11.
Yeah.
He's up at like, I don't know, 10 or 11 depending on the day. And then I don't know when he goes to bed. So like if I'll be at work or he's in his office like working. So I mean we're pretty out of each other's hair. So it's cool. Like
Shout out to Rifty, man.
Shout out to Rifty.
I'll tell him YouTube.
I'll tell him you said what's up.
Yeah, man.
But I told him I was coming out here. He told me to tell you say hi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my man, man.
Yeah, he's cooling right now.
He was funny as shit.
Good dude. Yeah, that's going really well for him, man. But it was funny you mentioned Fortnite earlier. Kids getting college degrees. I mean, that's his whole career is based off Fortnite.
Yeah, that's crazy.
YouTube,
that
YouTube first, but Fortnite has been the driver for that.
That shit just blew up out of nowhere, man.
Fortnite, dude. Do you play Fortnite?
I tried it once, and I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. That game is hard as fuck.
I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I'd rather play.
I played in season 2 like a year ago, and I enjoyed it a little bit, but it's just not for me.
I'd rather play For Honor.
Dude, I played For Honor a little bit. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I have it on computer.
You do?
But yeah, it's
I
pretty
tried
fun.
putting it on my computer. Couldn't handle it, man.
Really? It's kind of confusing, like the way the block system works and stuff.
Yeah, it's.
But
at first, it's complicated.
One of my buddies is really into it. He plays it a lot.
I have to destroy him.
Yeah, I'll tell him you said that.
Yeah, just.
You know what I've been playing a lot?
What's up?
Dragon Ball Fighters. You know
Never
what
heard of that.
It's a Dragon Ball fighting game.
Dude.
When are you gonna watch Dragon Ball? Did you finish Naruto?
I finished Naruto.
Did you finish just Naruto, or did you go on Shippuden, or what?
I finished Shippuden.
Oh wow, I don't know anything about Shippuden. I know about all Naruto, but I don't know anything about Shippuden.
Naruto is seriously Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Mostly Naruto Shippuden. I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the best show ever.
You know what I heard?
Yes.
I always get on these like random ass YouTube videos, and since I watch Dragon Ball, I got recommended like a Naruto one, so I just like watched it just for shits and giggles. And this guy's talking about how the jump between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden is like 2 years or something, right?
Yeah.
He said it's kind of pointless. He said that like there's really no character development. I could be quoting him wrong, and of course it's just some random.
No, there literally wasn't.
But like, yeah, it's just like they're just older. They just look different. I mean, whereas like the difference between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is like, boom, first episode, there's fucking aliens. Goku's a fucking alien. There's a army coming to destroy Earth. Like the universe is suddenly this big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just interesting. I don't mean to shit on Naruto. I like Naruto. I think it's cool. But Dragon Ball is next level, bro. You don't need to watch Dragon Ball, but you need to watch Z. You can even watch Dragon Ball Z Kai too, which
which one's the newest one? That
Dragon Ball Super. You don't need to watch that.
Yeah,
shit.
a lot of people are shitting on that, man.
The only reason I watched Dragon Ball Super was because I'm a Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, so it's kind of an obligation.
Yeah, but like point. I think there was like 150 episodes, and I didn't watch like 120 to 140. I just watched like all the way up, and then the very end.
Yeah.
But they're about to come out with a new movie actually next month, and then I think that movie's supposed to set the stone for like a brand new series.
Did any of those episodes make you cry?
In Super?
All right, and Dragon Ball Z as a whole.
Z, absolutely. Z's made me cry 3 or 4 times, probably. Mm-hmm. I can think of, and that's just what I can think of. Yeah, they made me cry a couple times. Did you ever watch My Hero Academia?
No. You
get recommended to watch it all the time, though, right?
Yes, the only reason why I haven't is because when I get into things, I fucking obsess over them.
Right. So what I did, I watched the first season, and I was so happy with the first season that I didn't watch anything else.
Yes, exactly.
And the last episode of the first season made me cry. Mm-hmm. I mean, whole 9 yards, man.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was like, all right, that's fine. But like Dragon Ball, I watched all that bullshit, all Dragon Ball Super, and the biggest issue with Dragon Ball is like, oh, there's a problem, Goku's unbeatable.
Power up.
Yeah, exactly. Like
power up.
That's it. It's like you just know there's a new. I think Goku has a total of like 6 forms. Or
and then
like
when he was facing like, Jiren.
Yeah.
And then he has God level.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like,
Instinct, and then he makes that even better. And
he did?
Yeah. So there's Ultra Instinct, and then there's Mastered Ultra Instinct.
Mastered Ultra,
which is where his hair's
because
like white. Mm-hmm.
Because in the Ultra Instinct form, he only like that only lasted for a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, and I think it's more. I don't want to quote this wrong. I think it's like more defensive, like people just like because it's your instinct. So like anyways, but yeah, that was like pretty. I don't know. It's like to me, it's worth watching just because I care about the characters and stuff. But like, the story was bad. The whole first like half of the show, the animation is like god awful. Yeah, like, the animation is unbelievably bad. But I have a soft spot for Dragon Ball. So
yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna cut it here.
Wrap it up.
Down with that?
Yeah, man.
All right. I really want to have you on this again.
Let's do
talking more deeper, because I want to get into depression and
let's do it.
Anxiety.
Oh, let's do it.
We've had
talked about that
a history about that. So, yeah, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, man. It was awesome,
yeah, man. Do you want to plug anything before?
Yeah, man. Y'all can follow my Instagram at AlexChrisMartin. You can follow my Twitter, too, but you won't find cool stuff there. My website is alexchrismartin.com if you're looking for an online coach or just any kind of general fitness information. Shoot me an email. I'd love to help you out.
Yeah, man. So, thank you for tuning in to the Grainy Bastards podcast, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That was dope, man. That was awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
Sweet.
Oh, I had to stop because I started cramping out. Oh, shit.
Oh,
thank you, bro.
Absolutely, dude. That was awesome.
Thank
I'd love to be on again.
Yeah, bro. Next time,